We're going to be going through the Chiefs draft picks and giving them grades, and then I'll give you my overall grade at the end. But yeah, let's just hop right into it. So Mansour Lane, pick six, obviously for us. So we trade up with Cleveland, right? We gave a third and a fifth round pick to jump up three spots and get Delane. I have this pick as a B plus. I'm more thinking like I'm not sure we had to actually trade up, and I know like they're saying New Orleans really liked him, and yeah, I think there is a possibility that New Orleans grabs him there. But then at 9, you just take Ruben Bain, and then you get a corner down the board. There was actually a lot of good corners, that went in the second round, and yeah, I think you can use that on corner. Gerard McCoy went in the fourth round. If you had your third rounder, you could have went Ruben Bain, Peter Woods, whoever at 40, and then you could have got Gerard McCoy in the third round. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, you don't know that Gerard McCoy is going to fall that far. Like, you're not thinking that. But you could have got him at pick 40. I think that was pretty realistic. So I would have preferred they just stayed and kept their draft picks. But I like the player. I think that he's obviously the best cornerback in the class. I like McCoy. I like McCoy better, but like I've seen a lot of more concerning stuff come out about his knee. And so, like, yeah, you got to pick Mansour Delane because they're pretty close, and Mansour doesn't have that knee injury. So he's going to be a great player. I really believe he has the potential to be an all-star type player. Like, I think he'll be a great player for us. I don't think we're going to regret drafting him. I just wish, like, I don't know. I wish we didn't have to trade up and get him, and I know that's kind of, like, a little fickle because you don't really know what's going to happen in the draft. But, yeah, that's why I give it a B+. Great player, though. Can't be mad at that. We got Peter Woods at pick 29. I have this as an A because Peter Woods was considered to be a top 5 talent 1 year before. Like when people are doing their way too early mock drafts, Peter Woods was going at in the 1 through 5. Some people even had him as the best prospect. And I know he was probably the best as a freshman at Clemson, but I think that he has the potential to be like Chris Jones, maybe a little bit of Aaron Donald, kind of like smaller interior defensive lineman. But yeah, I think he has great potential. I like him there. Now you're inside, whereas really kind of a weakness for us last year. Like you're stacked. Like you will be able to like not touch that for a long time. I really believe that. And I think it was worth the risk at 29. There was a lot worse players, I think, like potential-wise that went before. And so I like the pick. I think that it really gave him a chance to, like, he could be great, especially learning from Chris Jones. So I like that one. This is probably I don't know about R. Mason Thomas. Like, I didn't like him that much. And then a lot of people are coming out and saying, like, he's going to be the second. They liked R. Mason Thomas like a little bit less than David Bailey. Like they thought he was going to be the best pass rusher besides David Bailey, and I'm just like, really? I don't know. I mean, he only had 6.5 sacks last year, but he did miss the 3 games, right, with the leg injury, and so I don't know. I think this is Zion Young. I said in a previous video, I wish we went Zion Young. I thought about it more, and it's like Zion Young is just a different type of player. So it's like, fine, if you want to go the pure speed rusher and not like Zion Young's like Karlaftis, right? If you want to go the pure speed rusher, then I guess you know what, go for it. And so that's what they wanted to do. But I really think that they should have went Cassius Howell instead. Cassius Howell, he's basically. They remind me of each other a lot, but Cassius Howell had 14.5 sacks, way more than R. Mason Thomas. I think that Cassius Howell, if you're going for undersized, like Cassius Howell is shown to be the better player out of the two, and so I gave this like a B minus. It wasn't my favorite pick, honestly. I was kind of disappointed when I saw it, but a lot of people are saying good things about it, so. We'll see. Obviously I like to just say, like, you never know with the draft. Like, I saw a clip recently where it's like, they called the Seahawks draft an F when they got like Russell Wilson and like a bunch of guys that helped them win a Super Bowl. It's just like, yeah, you really never know. Jaden Candy, I like this pick. Obviously, I thought they were gonna go safety. And I would have preferred Jalen Kilgore. He's more of so Jaden's more of like a nickel, like safety hybrid type. Like you can kind of move him around a lot, and he's he has decent speed, and he has some good reps. I think right here I would have preferred Jalen Kilgore. I think Jalen Kilgore didn't go till like the 5th round, maybe sixth or something, and like I just feel like he would have been a better. I know we have to replace Brian Cook, and so maybe this is their idea is like replacing Brian Cook, but I still feel like we're missing Justin Reed from 2 years ago, like that hard hitting downhill linebacker, and maybe you're thinking Jaden Hicks can step into that. And so we'll have to see there. But yeah, I didn't hate it, didn't love it. I'd say this is a B+. Emmett Johnson, I think obviously we all agree this is probably like our best pick. So I didn't really get to see. I know they traded, I don't know exactly what they traded to get another 5th round pick because I think it was probably some next year's picks. But Emmett Johnson's a really great running back. Lots of people had him as the second best back. Lots of people had him as the 3rd best back, and some people even have him as high as the 2nd best back. And he's the running back from Nebraska. He had as you can see right here, 1,451 rushing yards. Like that's pretty crazy for one season, and that's really impressive. He started all 12 games, and I believe he had almost 300 yards receiving. I'm not seeing it on there, but yeah, I think he had almost 300 yards receiving. And you got him in the 5th round, and he can immediately step up to be like challenge for that RB2 spot. And so yeah, I just think that was a great pick. I'm really happy with that. I'd give that an A+. Cyrus Allen, I honestly didn't watch too much of him. I don't know all too much. From what I've seen afterwards, he's pretty impressive. Also, I'll mention this at the end, but we actually got his teammate, Caldwell, another receiver out of Cincinnati, and I believe he's like 6'5", and he ran like a 4.440 or something. Maybe that's wrong. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, I just think like Cyrus Allen, a lot of people had him in their top 100 prospects, and so I watched. He's pretty fluid, and I just like this pickup. We needed a receiver. I'm glad they addressed defense with the first 4 picks. A lot of people didn't want that. That was one thing I thought was important. Like, hey, at least spend your first 3, but you spent your first 4, right? And so completely fine with that. And then you get a great running back in round 5, and you get a wide receiver with a lot of potential in the 5th round. And then you also got his teammate as an undrafted free agent, which is really cool because he could be a really good player. I mean, if he develops right, like he could be a monster. And so I liked getting both the Cincy wide receivers. And then finally, I would say for this is like an A-. Deion Burks was still on the board from Oklahoma. I liked him a lot. But he didn't end up going till like one of the last picks of the 7th round. So maybe there was some injury stuff there that I didn't know about. But yeah, Skylar Bell was still on the board around this pick, and I thought they might go Skylar Bell because I actually really liked Skylar Bell, but they decided to pass on him, and I think he went to the Bills. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us or anything. But yeah, A- for that pick. And then for Garrett Nussmeier, I think this is just another A-. Garrett Nussmeier, he actually in 2024, he had a really great season. He was getting round 1 buzz. I'm really surprised that he fell to the 7th round. I know he had a bad year, but it sounded like he was hurt for a lot of it. And so I just think, yeah, why not go get a high potential like quarterback too, like at 7th round pick. Obviously they pan out like Jalen Watson and Pacheco, but I just think like, hey, Garrett Nussmeier is a steal right here. So just get him in, train him up to be a great backup. You can just keep him from the long term, probably be cheap. And if he turns out to be some great quarterback, trade him for assets. And so, yeah, I didn't mind the pick at all. Some people will be like, why ever draft a quarterback with Mahomes? But just think about like I think we traded up a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields. Like each year we're having to get a new backup quarterback because we're only signing them to 1-year deals. Like we're kind of missing that Chad Henne. So maybe that Garrett Nussmeier can come into that role. But yeah, overall, I don't know if I said this great. I think I said A-. Overall, I'd give the Chiefs a B+ draft. I'm really happy with what they did. I just think like in some situations I would have just went with a different player. I would have stuck in pick at 9 and got Ruben Bain. Peter Woods, like I said, I'm fine with, but just some of these picks, I think that they could be a little bit better. But overall, I think I was really happy with the day 3, especially. I thought they did a really good job on day 3, and so yeah. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing, and thank you.